Hello my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. I am really getting annoyed with when watching occasionally some of these truth-seeking videos, and being it politics or science. Now the big thing is pharmaceutical industry is not advertising through them because they refuse to support the pharmaceutical industry. So they go, no, we are now about truth, the medicine, the pharmaceutical industry, that's bad. So what do? They advertise supplement industry. And, I watch this really good analytic programs about what's happening in the United States or in the world with politics, and then goes the advertising. Let's advertise kimchi. Kimchi is natural program. It boosts immune system. It is very healthy for making you looking younger and fighting diseases and extends your life, and I feel so great when I'm using it. Now what is kimchi? Kimchi is nothing more than probiotic that has, among all the useless bacteria that are breaking down the vegetables, they also have some lactic bacteria, which are the bacteria which are good to us and for our system. So lactobacillus, yeah, well, it has kimchi, it's great, you buy kimchi, well, have a little bit of yogurt. There it goes. Number one, you don't need any of this crap. But the advertising is false. It doesn't improve immune system. Why not? Because in which way is lactobacillus going to improve your immune system? It doesn't do it. Immunity to shift frequency. This is immunity. Depends on voltage. That's it. Kimchi in no way is going to raise your voltage. Actually, will do the opposite, most likely, because with this product, there's all kinds of stuff from vegetables in there, which is actually negative for the body. Okay, because it's a vegetable-based product. So now another thing, or then it's a what they call it, the versicolor, Coriolus versicolor mushroom. I mean, this is completely inedible garbage that grows on a rotten tree. It breaks down, the cellulose breaks down, but it causes polysaccharides, and polysaccharide, with also can be bound to protein, but it doesn't matter. Polysaccharides we cannot break down. The sugars that we can break down, well, basically is starch because of glucose. And glucose is the only monosaccharide that we can absorb and we can actually use. We can absorb also fructose, but we cannot use it. The body has absolutely no use for fructose, so it ends up being processed by liver into fat. Again, no harm done. Yeah, it produces some uric acid, but if you have enough blood plasma, you will urinate it out and it's no big deal. It's dehydration that is going to get you if you take a lot of fructose. because you'll be producing more uric acid and not being able to take it out, so body will crystallize in the organs. You get stones. But other than that, the absorption of it is so small. You get way more problems by eating starches than by eating fructose. This is all science upside down. But again, the claims of this mushroom, it's anti-cancerogenous, it boosts immune system, extends longevity, you live longer. It's all crap. Not all of it is true. Now, how there are claims and people say, oh, I feel better, my dog feels better, it's not in a pain so much. Well, what happens here? Well, because the polysaccharide you cannot digest, so it will slowly be absorbed into the blood, some of it, but then body has no purpose for it. So it becomes actually surplus material that increases toxicity of the blood. The cells actually close down, not to absorb it. Well, it's like closing the door. If you close the door, nothing goes in, but also nothing goes out. So the cells stop releasing their metabolic garbage into the blood. This makes your blood a little cleaner, and right away oxygenation is better and better flow of energy, of electricity. You feel better, but not because you have some miraculous positive effect, something is healing you that is in this versicolor mushroom. It's nonsense. It is a toxic product. You can have some coffee when you add it, piece of chocolate. We'll do the similar thing. It closes down the cells, but not even so much as this does. This is way more toxic. Stronger impact it has. It means more toxic it is. Because it doesn't raise your energy. It does not create any protection. Because autoimmune system, again, autoimmunity, immunity. What is that? Immunity to shift frequency, because when frequency shifts, we experience symptoms in the body. Something is different. And then we call it disease. Well, most of it is basically cleansing. Body wants to cleanse. But if you take any of these miracle supplements, you are actually preventing your body from cleansing on a cellular level. And if you don't have enough blood plasma, well, body will be forced to use some of the blood plasma to get rid of this stuff. As it's getting rid of this stuff, it takes also some of the other garbage out of it. So, basic diuretic effect. So, your blood becomes cleaner, but on a cellular level, even on a level of a tissue, you are getting more toxic. So, you temporarily feel better. And as long as you are poisoning yourself, you stay closed, you feel better, but on a cellular level, you are becoming more and more toxic. Once you stop poisoning yourself, bingo! Now you're going into trouble. You are getting chronically ill. Nobody cares. Nobody takes care. People are repeating the stupid nonsense that is written by the industry. Remember, pharmaceutical industry, These guys are not stupid. They see people don't want to see anymore their junk based on petroleum. So they are heavily invested now in this so-called alternative supplement market. So you think you are helping people because you will help to make them healthier, and this way you get a lot of money because you're advertising them. How can they afford to give you so much money? It's the same scam garbage like it is from pharmaceutical industry. They sell you poison, they write all wrong things about it just to entice you to use it, and you spend tons of money buying these stupid supplements, poisoning your body. Nobody heals with supplements. You lose a lot of money, you will not heal. You want to heal, you stop supplementing and start cleansing. Yeah, of course. Once when you stop poisoning yourself and you start hydrating, well, your body immediately senses and opens the pores, starts eliminating, your blood becomes toxic, and bingo! More toxic the blood becomes, the stronger symptoms of toxic blood you have, and you start eliminating, so now you have symptoms of flu, pain. Yeah, you can suppress pain by suppressing release of metabolic garbage from the cells into blood. Blood is cleaner, delivery of oxygen is better, delivery of energy is better, pain goes away. For how long? Month? Year? 5 years? Bingo! Once when it gets you, it's way more difficult to cleanse when you accumulate a lot of toxins and your body becomes very toxic. This is why when people no longer can tolerate this toxicity, and no matter how much they try to suppress, they cannot, because simply it's overload. So toxins start seeping out and nothing works. Then doctor go, oh, it's autoimmune reaction. There's nothing we can do about it. Body is fighting itself. Phew, moron. Autoimmune mechanism does not exist. It's a make-up baloney story to camouflage the incompetence. That's what it is. It's all about natural ability of the body to maintain itself clean, to repair itself, and to cleanse. That's all what's about. And if you in any way impede with the system, you are going to go into chronic problems in time. And more toxic you are, then you will have harder time to get out of this. Because the toxins in a cell become stronger than the diuretic steps that you are taking, so you cannot even pump this liquid out of you anymore. And if you don't do cupping, if you don't use leeches, if you don't cut your veins and do some bleeding, you will not be able to get rid of this garbage. Barbaric methods, we say. This was the old ways when we were not so smart and we did the right thing. Now we are too smart for this because we think, oh, we know better. You know, jack crap. You don't know nothing better. You are just being brainwashed. That's what it is. And it really drives me crazy when I see, I have to call them, well, I don't want to call them schmucks. They don't know what they're doing. Nobody knows what they are doing because they're just repeating. We are taught to listen and repeat. And of course, if you are in politics and you are analyzing the political thing and you get it right, and now people like it, so they go and now you are advertised, oh, I'm eating this, at least don't lie about it. Read the freaking thing. Tell them, look, this is what it writes here. You want to use it, use it. Don't lie. I'm using it. I feel so much better. You are an accomplice in this fraudulent industry. It's all lies. It's a thievery. And these so-called doctors, experts, they know diddly squat. They're experts in reading the labels and reciting this to you. They don't understand shit. Well, sorry for me getting excited about it, but it drives me crazy for years. So from time to time, I was just listening to such a great explanation about the world politics right now. It was right on the money, exactly the way how I see it, and I think it was a really great job. And then goes with advertising of versicolor mushroom and kimchi. Guys, I hope we wake up finally. This is driving me bananas. Too many years I'm saying the same thing. I feel like a broken record. Just and I don't see anybody waking up. Yeah, a few. After 20 years talking about things, I have, I don't know, 9,000 subscribers on YouTube channel. 15 years on YouTube. You make idiotic joke and you get million subscribers immediately. Why? Because nobody gets it, nobody cares. They are much more comfortable following the trend than learning the truth. We gotta snap out of this, my friends. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. Love you. God bless us all. Namaste.